And welcome back to Hopefully Hour. I'm making the mistakes so you don't have to, and I make plenty. Alright, so this is how far we got on our Dragon Marble run. We got to the end of step 3, and we will be continuing that today, working on this little one, but also starting on the dragon, all things going well. So let me get the parts for that, and let's get ready to go. Okay, first things first, we will be needing the wax again. And we will also be needing to put on these sleeves, and we'll be needing some screws. So first of all, we put 2 sleeves on the middle of this one, and we will be removing these pegs today. I don't even know that they're necessary anymore, to be honest with you, but let's say that they are. By the end of today, these will be coming off. Okay, that one went for a walk. Puppy's around, so I'm sure it'll get eaten. I'll go find it in a sec. I'm not really going to leave her to her devices on eating these things. She's going through a starvation mode at the moment. I've given her too many treats, I think, over the last few weeks. So she's like, no, I don't want my normal food. I'm trying to trick her into it, and she's a smart cookie is all I'm going. I am going to take these out. I think they are actually in my way, at least one of them. Unfortunately, the butterfly build broke quite a few of my nails. It was a tough build. Not as in difficult, just as in the pieces were very tight. But beautiful is the result. There's no pain, there's no gain, as they say. There we go. Let's get both of those all the way down. Let me do that and go and find that other one before she gets it. Okay, gained and put back in on here. Now we are going to wax these 2 big cogs. So let me get that ready to go. And those will be put together with these 2 small screws. They're going to be basically one on top of the other. So let's just get that going. Let me get this wax and I'll come back to you. I think this is the last waxing we're going to do. I thought that yesterday. Alright, anyway, let me get back to you. Okay, those are greased, and what you want to then do is line them up. Does it say? It says it needs to be waxed. It doesn't say whether the numbers have got to be up or not. These are called tapping screws, evidently. Little things. So step 4 is reasonably long, but step 5 is, it's not that it's a particularly long step, there's just quite a lot to, little bits and pieces to do, but sometimes that's quicker than others. Wow, I missed my nails. Okay, let's get them in one side. And get the other one going as well. And then I'll get them through the second one. And then I think we are done, by the way, with the wax, I think. I did think that yesterday too, and that caught me out. Okay, so let's get that lined up to go through. Pretty sure that's lined up. So we've got a nice big sandwich of a cog here. It's not totally lined up, you know. Like this side seems to be a little off. Let me take this up a second. Let me get this other side in proper. Of course, my hands are all greasy from the wax. Not making it that much easier. this one in first then. Okay, let's see them home. Then these are going to go on our model. I think these are the only pieces that we need, if I recall, for this step, for step 4. But we need quite a few for step 5. But I will put the wax away. Okay, so now we have our 2 on here. We are going to put this on. Install the secured C19 in the position shown in the figure. Okay. Okay, so basically we are putting them through the small ones again. And pushing all the way down when we get them in. Interesting. You find something that feels very blocked. The others are all lined up, but these ones not so much. Maybe, well, that's not going to help, is it? I think there is a certain way to do this, guys, so let me undo this. So I think that you have to make sure your holes match. Like the 2 big ones match for sure, but these 2 smaller ones do not. So maybe that's why it didn't 100% fit on the sides here. So let's have a look what we can do about that. So just make sure your pattern's right, basically. Okay, I see the problem. See, I was trying to do it like this one is curved this way, and I was trying to do it with the curve that way. Hence why it did not work. Now I can see through all 4 holes. And that's where it went wrong. Which is also why it didn't work. Funny that, right? Like I say, making the mistakes so you don't have to. You're going to find this so much easier when you make one of these. I am really curious about the logistics of this whole thing. Right, let's see, make sure that these are also the right way around on here. I don't know why I forgot, since yesterday, wasn't even that long ago, how this works. Okay, and that goes all the way in. Then we are going to, I'm going to go wash my hands, put this wax away, and then we'll carry on. Okay, so then these 2 are going to go in there. So the wax blocks that you buy or get with a lot of these models are definitely cleaner, but I don't feel they have 100% of the coverage that this does. Okay, and then just screw these into it. Plus it really does stink. And then we are going to put our last shaft sleeve, not last overall, but the last one for this step over, and then we can remove the cocktail sticks, which I'm actually going to do on this one now. I'll let the shaft keep loose after the sleeve can be turned. Okay, well, we'll find out in 1 second whether this all moves okay. I'd be tempted to put a ball bearing in, really, and see what we think. Be getting grease on me, I'm sure. So harder to get out than others. Come on, you. You could do it. Wow. I have to get a tool to help me here. Oh, there. Finally! Alright, let's see if we have some movement. Okay. Okay guys, we still don't really have the movement here. It's very worrying to me that we don't have movement. I'm sure we should. Okay, so this is how it should look, it says. But then why does it not move? I don't know the answer. I mean, even if I loosen this. Let me play with this and have a look, see what I could do. Okay, so following on from the last bit of the video, I did manage to get it working, as you can see. It moves okay, it gets caught here and there, like it's stuck now. And go this way for a little bit, then it gets stuck again. A few problems. One, if I wanted to get a marble through, the plastic bit underneath isn't even big enough to let it through. So if it's meant to go under that and not through the hole, then maybe I can get it to move. If I put it in this top one, these gears were slightly out of alignment at the top here. I've tried to rectify that without any success. Also, the middle part, which was quite the skinny piece here, actually did break, and I kept it in, I glued it together, thought maybe I had a fix, but unfortunately I did not. So I actually cut the piece. You can see the piece I'm talking about in here. I ended up cutting it a little bit in order to see if that would help, and it kind of did, except for the fact that then the ball would fall out of the cogs as well, so that didn't overly work. So I got it moving quite smoothly, you know, within reason of this way, but you can see that that piece is just sticking out here and here, and then there's nothing really to hold the ball into. So that was a break, rather an unfortunate break, but nevertheless a break. Number two, the balls just don't seem to fit through, and I'm pretty sure this is where the balls are meant to go in and come out, and they don't even fit through the plastic. So even if I took that plastic out, for instance, then I'm still not going to come back here, get it through. So it still just doesn't fit, basically. So it churned up one of the cogs here. You can see it's really churned up. They did have a spare cog, which I did put in. It's this one actually under here. But like I said, it just doesn't work. So I'm going to have to put this one down to a no-go for me. It's a shame. It's a total waste of a model and that sort of thing. I had been looking forward to doing this one for a long time. But for some reason, it doesn't work as intended. I don't know, that I haven't read that anyone else has had the problem that the balls just don't fit in. And even here, even if you get it in, this alignment's just slightly off, so I could just about probably fit this one through the plastic, but it's such a tight fit. So that's where we are. So unfortunately it's a disappointment, it's a wash. It's a no-go. I have taken it apart and put it back together probably about 4 or 5 times, maybe more. I wiped off all the wax. I used a wax stick instead of the wax that I normally use, you know, thinking maybe I put too much wax on, it had become sticky, and that's what the problem was. But generally it just didn't work for me. So I do wish, if you do get one of these, then I wish you better luck, and it's very unfortunate because, like I say, I was really looking forward to doing it. It looked a really cool model to do, to be honest with you. So let's see what's going to come up for the channel instead. So I'm going to put this all to one side, keep the spare parts. You never know when it might be handy to have an odd gear here and there, or lots of other parts. I mean, you know, I pulled them all. I pulled them yesterday ready to go, and just never got that far. So unfortunate, very unfortunate. All right, bear with me. I will get what we are going to do next. All right, next we are going to do a little Rubik cube. We are actually doing the Molly Garden, this one down here. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I haven't done one of these before, but I think they match with these type of houses, so it would be like a shop. And these I've got like on a hosier, and I'm gonna make a diorama for them, like a little village scene, maybe have a little train going around or something when I get to it. And I think a little shop would go quite well. It's not a shop, but it kind of looks like one. Might go very well with it. You know, so this was all very cute. So I'm going to do that. And I will start getting that ready for channel in the next day or so, get over my disappointment with my little dragon here, and then get on with it. But I thought at least I'd post you a quick update as to what's happening with the dragon. It just died a death. I just don't understand why. Can't say I recommend it. But maybe you'll have more luck with this particular make in how it's made. I mean, I've seen others, they're made slightly different. They're not using screws, they're using pegs in them. Maybe that makes a difference, I doubt it. Or maybe the plastic pieces are just a bit bigger. Admittedly, if it didn't have the other problems, I could probably take this plastic and hollow it out more, make bigger holes for the marble to fit in. But I think with all the other problems with it, it's probably a no-go. Maybe I'll come back to it one day and see if I can fix it. So don't write it off total. It might very well arrive back on the channel. But at the moment, I'm done with it. I have to put it to one side, otherwise I'm going to lose my marbles over marbles. I'm going to lose it with it, and you know, it's disappointing. I mean, I haven't had a failure as such. I've had disappointments before, and I've had ones where they were very difficult, and you know, I didn't understand all the instructions, blah blah blah, and you know, make a bit of a pickle of it. But normally I've always succeeded, and it's the first one that I haven't succeeded. But it could be like the underwater world one that I did, that I put it to side and eventually come back to it and say, well, hold on, let's try that. So I'm probably not going to use it as spare parts yet. I'm going to put it to one side and see if I can revisit it when I have a little bit more patience with it, because I don't think I have that right now. Alrighty, so thank you very much. I will see you in a day or so when we start this build, and we'll get that one underway, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, see you again soon. Bye bye.